The first Wednesday of the month has safely arrived. That means it's June 3rd. According to my calendar, 2026, I am Dan Kuntz, your host for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Pretty mild, pretty cloudy, pretty mild, 61 degrees. We'll have clouds this morning, sunshine this afternoon. Can't rule out a raindrop, even a quick pop-up thunderstorm. We're probably going to miss that, the thunderstorm part of it is. But those to the north and the west of us, you could see a thunderstorm this morning. Then we get some sunshine this afternoon, and then all that goes away, and then we start dealing with windy conditions. Kind of windy, actually, right through the week. Was that a bird that just flew by? That was pretty cool. Forecast details are coming up. News, whether it's cool or not, you're going to get it. Sports, Mariners, 8 in a row. Hottest team in baseball. Took it to the Mets pretty good. And it was the backup first baseman and the backup catcher who did all the damage. That was pretty cool. Highlights of that. What else is going on? Malachi Salcido in the back half of the program. His group of companies, the Salcido group of companies, is one of the big sponsors for Wenatchee Valley 4th. They've been doing this for, we were thinking about it when we did the interview yesterday at Walla Walla Point Park, about 10 years. He couldn't remember. I couldn't remember. Allie couldn't remember. Doesn't really matter. We're going to have that interview with Malachi in the back half of the program. We went down to Walla Walla Point Park. It was a beautiful day yesterday. Well, I do it inside. And Mike Benatti's got an opinion about the new rules in Major League Baseball where hitters and pitchers can challenge balls and strikes. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Mike will chime in on that with a brand new opinion. That'll be coming up at about the bottom of the hour. And it's tour time. Let's see what we're looking like today on this Wednesday. There we go. There are the clouds. They rolled in mid to late afternoon. They've been hanging around ever since. And because of the cloud cover, the blanket is on. That's why it's so warm. That's why it's 61 degrees here in the Wenatchee Valley. We topped off at 80 yesterday, a little bit warmer than we were expecting, but it was a nice day, especially in the mid-morning to mid-afternoon hours. 53 was our overnight low, so normally our high was 75. It was slightly milder than normal. And we're getting these longer days. Sunrise this morning was at 5:07. Sunset tonight, 8:52. The sunrise won't get any earlier than 5:03. It'll be that way for about a week or so. That's Leavenworth. There's the whole camera. There you go, from our Tumwater Canyon camera. And as you can see, if you go up Leavenworth Way, you can see a little more clouds, and they're a little bit lower in the Leavenworth area. Let's pop on up to see the lower Navarre. This is the Navarre-Cooley Highway between Highway 97A. Basically, that's when you have to make your decision. Do you keep going on 97A through the Knaps Hill Tunnel and you're at Lake Chelan at Pat and Mike's, or do you take a left and head on the Navarre-Cooley Road where you're dumped off at pretty much the state park at Lake Chelan? That's a nice view there. And here's a pretty good example of where we could see some thunderstorms from Nanapoc Ridge. Malcolm has that camera panned out quite a bit. As you can see up in the Lake Wenatchee area, clouds are more prevalent, they're a little thicker, and they're hanging a little lower. So looks like Lake Wenatchee at least is going to get some rain, but they can see some thunderstorms as this shortwave moves through from the Gulf of Alaska. Best chance of thunderstorms is right along the crest of the Cascades and in the higher elevations, maybe some lightning. This is a quick. This system's going to be in and out as quickly. In fact, it's going to leave the region as the day progresses, and by the end of the day today, by 4:30 or 5, it'll be quite sunny. And then winds become the main concern from our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee. It's where comfort, care, and community come together. Clouds this morning, sunshine this afternoon. We'll get up to about 77. We do have about a 40% chance of some pop-up rain. And again, a thunderstorm can't be ruled out, but I think here in the valley we'll be okay. As I mentioned before, to the north and to the west of our viewing area is the best chance for thunderstorms as the system comes in from the Gulf of Alaska. Clear tonight, but the winds will be picking up. 53 for the overnight low. It's going to be quite breezy at times tonight. Sunshine Thursday, not too windy tomorrow. Just we'll call it breezy, which is why we didn't even put it up from a graphic standpoint. About 77 for the high. That's just about normal. Partly cloudy, and the winds return on Thursday night with an overnight low of 52. Now, of course, Wenatchee High School's commencement exercises at the 122nd commencement exercises for Wenatchee High School on Friday night. You're going to be dealing with some wind. It is outside at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Temperature quite comfortable, about 72 degrees. It will get chilly once the sun goes down, but you'll want to be prepared for wind on Friday and Friday night. And we're going to be well below normal for Saturday. A lot of sunshine, a lot of wind on Saturday with a high of 68. And then we dispatch with the wind on Sunday, but the trade-off is we'll see a few clouds on Sunday before we go right back to sunshine on Monday. All in all, temperatures a little bit below normal for early June in the Wenatchee Valley. After a 2-minute break, your headlines on this Wednesday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Celebrate America at the Real Homes Rock Fest on the last Saturday in June. Great bands including Too Slim and the Tail Draggers and the best Bon Jovi tribute band, Non Jovi. It all happens at the Rock Island Golf Course. Free shuttle service with food and craft vendors and a wine and beer garden. Be prepared for family fun entertainment and live music till the fireworks show. The Real Homes Rock Fest at the Rock Island Golf Course Saturday, June 27th, 2026.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Quite a bit of cloud cover. It is pretty warm, though, 61 degrees. We'll see clouds this morning and maybe a couple of light raindrops, sunshine this afternoon. Then the winds will be picking up tonight. It'll be quite windy for most of the day on Friday night and into Saturday with a gradual cooling trend coming our way. It is 8 minutes after the hour. Kristen Hosey is out as the health administrator of the Chelan-Douglas Health District. The Board of Health approved a separation agreement with Hosey following an executive session during a meeting back on May 18th. The agreement was contingent upon Hosey submitting a letter of resignation, which the board was notified that she did exactly that on the same day. Hosey is a board-certified public health nurse, and she was named to the position in May of 2024 following the departure of former administrator Luke Davies. Prior to that, she was director of nursing programs at Wenatchee Valley College and served on the health board before joining the health district professionally. On Monday, the board appointed Deputy Administrator Corey Lawson as interim health administrator during a special meeting. The Lighthouse Christian Ministries has filed a new legal complaint against the city of Wenatchee after a federal judge dismissed several of the organization's claims last month. Last year, the city shut down the Lighthouse Soup Kitchen in the south end of town for permit violations, saying the Homelessness Service Center posed a nuisance to the neighborhood. The Christian nonprofit filed a federal lawsuit in the Eastern District of Washington, saying it was unfairly blamed for disturbances in the area. Judge Thomas Rice dismissed some of the organization's claims, but he did allow them to resubmit their lawsuit. Well, they did. The new filing on May 21st alleges that city officials and the Chelan-Douglas Port Authority saw the soup kitchen as an obstacle in the city's Reimagine Wenatchee master plan, which would redevelop much of the area where the soup kitchen is located. City Administrator Edgar Reinfeld said yesterday the city will not comment on ongoing litigation. Chumstick Highway, of course, got a lot of use last winter after Highway 2, the Tumwater Canyon, was washed out, and it took a beating, especially Beaver Hill Road just outside of Plain. Chumstick was the only detour route, but it suffered its own damage from the winter rainstorms, including landslides that slowed traffic and weakened the shoulder of Beaver Hill. Now Chelan County is asking contractors to bid to get it fixed. The switchback road segment needs new guardrails, structural earth walls, erosion control, new pavement markings, and lots of work. Road building firms, if you know what you're doing, put in your bid this month. Chelan County Commissioners will review the offers on June 23rd. The city of Chelan will celebrate the reopening of one of its most beloved waterfront features in a couple of weeks. Lakeside Park will reopen on June 15th with a public ceremony at 6 o'clock in the evening. The public space has been closed since last August. It's a $1.3 million renovation project. New amenities, including ADA accessible playground, expanded restrooms, a new dock, and enhancements to the beach and the swimming facilities. The improvements were made possible through a Land and Water Conservation Fund grant, which was administered by the Washington State Recreation and Conservation Office. And students at Mission View Elementary's One Planet Club, they're learning one thing from their trail cam project. Bears seem to know where the cameras are. With the help of the Cascadia Conservation District, Mission View kids set up wildlife cameras on active animal trails throughout Chelan County, and here's a little bit of what their trail cams spotted last month. And in case you're curious, we were able to track down the Bears and get them to sign release forms. We have to do that in this line of work. That is the news here on this Wednesday. Now, tonight at about 5:15, we're going to be broadcasting live from the red carpets out in front of the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion for the Academy Awards. No, actually, we'll be out in front of the Wenatchee Convention Center. The world's best awards are being handed out. They're doing things a little bit differently this year, as you know by now. They've narrowed it down in all the categories. There's like 125 of them or something like that, down to the 3 finalists. And then the 3 finalists are going to be invited tonight to the Wenatchee Convention Center. And then the actual winners of the world's best will be announced. So they're going to roll out a red carpet. And because we have a television station, we're going to televise it. But eventually, news will pop up somewhere along the line somewhere today. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm usually home by noon. I don't know. So check it out. And of course, we're on Roku and we're on Apple TV and we're on all kinds of different things. We stream on ncwlife.com. We have a YouTube page. We have an email address, so if something out there you think is newsworthy, and we've gotten some pretty big stories, thanks to you folks, our viewers, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Man, the Mariners are fun to watch. I'll prove that to you in a couple of minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Chelan PUD works hard year-round to reduce fire risk and provide dependable service for our customers. But when extreme fire weather is forecasted, we may resort to a public safety power shutoff, turning off power to a specific area in order to prevent fire. In this rare event, we'll keep you informed before, during, and after the shutoff. To stay prepared and check if you're in a PSPS zone, visit chelanpud.org/PSPS.
Sports at 18 minutes after the hour. Backup first baseman Patrick Wisdom went deep. Backup catcher Johnny Peralta, he went deep. The backups carry the day, and the Mariners have now won 8 in a row. Pretty good shellacking. They took care of the Mets last night at T-Mobile Park. The final there was 8-3. So 8 in a row. That is the Mariners' longest winning streak since they won 8 in a row, and that was back in September.
This ball is really punched back. That's got to feel good.
He went down, scoops this changeup, and hits it deep to left center for its first home run as a Seattle Mariner.
Punished.
That's driven to deep right field. Back goes Raley to the warning truck. Looks up, and it's out of here. Carson Benj ties the game with a rocket of a 2-run homer. 5th home run of the year for Benj, and the Mets get even 2-2. What a bolt.
That was a bolt. You could hear it. An explosion at the plate. Looked like he got a 1-0 cutter that was kind of breaking into him that he beats to the spot. Almost 110 off the bat.
2-2 coming. Line towards second and knocked down by Semien. He recovers and then throws it away. And down to second base goes Arozarena. Well, Semien jumping up and down, so unhappy with himself. He snagged that liner at the webbing of his glove, but it fell out. He had plenty of time to throw out a Rosarena, but heaved it wildly. That's lined and off the glove of Vientos. Mets gloves are not closing properly. A Rosarena will head home. And into second base goes Raley, and the Mariners go in front. 2 plays in a row. Semien had his glove on the ball, couldn't hold it. And this time Vientos got his glove on the ball, but could not snag it.
Bases loaded, 1 down. High out towards left center field. Soto is there. Wisdom comes home. Sac fly from Julio. The Mariners extend the lead. It's 4-2 in the 4th inning. This is pitch number 9. Out to deep left field. Way back. It's gone! Johnny Pereda with a 3-run tank. And he blows it open in the 5th. 7-2 Mariners.
What an at-bat by Johnny Pereda here. Finally gets a mistake on the inner half of the plate and does not miss it. This is a fastball that just is right in Pereda's go zone.
And he hits another one deep to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez, back near the wall, and it's out of here. Carson Bench has a 2-home run night. Psychopathic.
I'm gonna be honest with you off the bat, Gary. I didn't think he had enough with the part of the ballpark he took on. It was a fastball almost on the corner in, and I didn't think he got quite enough extension. That was a well-struck baseball.
First career multiple home run game for Carson Bench.
Towering fly ball, a rainmaker to left field. Julio with a bang. What a skyscraper of a home run for Julio. His 13th.
That was majestic. This is going to be a breaking ball that just comes right into Julio's honey hole, and he knows it the minute he gets this ball. It was high, it was deep, it was far, and it was gone. A majestic home run for Julio Rodriguez to extend this lead.
Oh, what a play. Stabbed by Emerson, and a strike to first base.
Wow.
Colt Emerson on the hot corner, getting it done.
Look where Colt's playing. He's playing in on the grass, so his reaction time is essentially cut in half. And this is a game where there is a 5-run separation, so easy to check out, and he is locked in, making the hot corner look so easy.
Emerson is racing over, slides on, he makes the catch! Incredible! That's the ball game. It's an 8-game winning streak for the Mariners. What a highlight to put a cap on it.
Oh, awkward slide, made a tremendous play right there. What a great play by Cole to end the game.
What an at-bat by you. I mean, you get 2 strikes, and then you foul off 4 straight pitches. Your 9th pitch, you hit out of the yard. Blow this game open. Take us through your at-bat.
Yeah, I mean, like, at the beginning, I was looking for 1 pitch, and then I just was, like, fighting. And then he threw me the pitch that I'm looking for at the beginning, so I take advantage of that.
All right, it was a cutter, and you hit it, I think, over the bullpen, actually. Johnny, 3 of the last 4 games have been walk-offs in extra innings. You guys got a day game tomorrow. You're like, forget all that noise. All right, I'm just going to blow this game open. Your home run stings, but it really hurts because Cole Young and Dom Canzone are on base when you do it.
Oh, yeah, like, we got a day game tomorrow, so that's we've been like playing for long games, so short game today, that's fine.
All right, you catch Logan today. He throws 99 pitches. He has 8 punch outs. What did you like the most about his outing this evening?
I mean, he's fun to catch. Like, all the time we've been talking between innings, and he did a great job.
All right, last question for you. How are you doing? Because you were taking foul balls all over you tonight. You gonna head straight into the ice bath?
No, I feel great. I forget after the homer, so I'm good.
The homer, the best medicine. Johnny, thank you so much. Grab the try, and here you go.
By the way, Wisdom played first base in lieu of Josh Naylor. Josh Naylor had the day off. He has back spasms. He actually left Monday's game a little early after he hit a big home run. So the Mariners go for their 3rd straight Series sweep. It's an afternoon game, matinee, 12:40. First pitch on Mariners.tv. The rest of the American League West looks something like this. There's the Mariners over the Mets. The winners, the Athletics, just got by the Cubs 2-1. The Rangers beat the Cardinals 7-4. The Astros lost. They're not doing real good this year. Pirates took care of business there. The Angels, also not doing real good this year, got smacked around by the Rockies. Well, if Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Vegas Golden Knights is any indication, this is going to be a good one. Carolina blew a 2-goal lead. The game was tied 3 times. But the Golden Knights knocked off the Hurricanes in Game 1. They take a 1-0 series lead. Game 2 tomorrow night in Raleigh at 5 o'clock on ABC. The Wenatchee Apple Sox scored 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning, and they made it hold up. They scored 1 run. Bellingham did in the bottom of the 9th. But the Wenatchee Apple Sox pulled off the victory over the Bills. The final there was 3-2. These two teams go at it again tonight at 6:35. You can listen to the game on Sunny FM and the rest of the West Coast League scoreboard. It's that time of the year again. They're playing baseball. Here's how all the teams did. Wenatchee over Bellingham. Walla Walla got by Corvallis. Marion just snuck by Bend. Springfield shut out Yakima Valley. It was Victoria over Edmonton. Kamloops crushed Ridgefield. It was Ninoma over Kelowna, and Port Angeles rolled over Portland. The Pickles, the final there was 7-0. A touchdown and an extra point. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. For your obscure holiday, you can celebrate National Repeat Day. It's Global Running Day. It's World Bicycle Day. It's National Repeat Day. It's World Cider Day. It's National Repeat Day. And we're going to celebrate the wonderful, what was it? I can't remember that slogan. The incredible edible egg. It is National Egg Day today, and yes, they're good for you, ounce by ounce. Eggs are one of the most protein-dense foods out there. That's why almost everybody recommends that you eat eggs. Why do brown eggs cost more than white eggs? Because the hens that lay brown eggs are larger and therefore need to eat more food, and they just pass that cost off to the consumer. Older chickens lay eggs with thinner shells. Younger chickens lay eggs with thicker shells. Free-range chickens, their yolks are darker than caged chickens. And not only do free-range chickens have the free-range chickens, their eggs, not only are their yolks darker, they're more nutritious than eggs that come from caged chickens. And both egg yolks and egg whites have the exact same amount of protein. But when you buy eggs, you have to remember how they measure what you're buying. The USDA sorts eggs by weight per dozen. So it's how much a dozen eggs weigh together. That's how they do it, because every egg is different from any other egg. So small eggs, when you go to the grocery store, small eggs, 18 ounces per dozen. Medium eggs, 21 ounces per dozen. Large eggs, 24 ounces per dozen. Extra large eggs, 27 ounces per dozen. And jumbo eggs, 30 ounces per dozen. So it's how much a dozen of eggs weigh together, not exactly how big the egg is. Try to be educational when I can. Today in history, everybody knows about the midnight raid of Paul Revere. That's American lore. Nobody seems to remember the midnight raid of Jack Jouett, who on this date at about 10 o'clock in the evening began his midnight ride to warn Thomas Jefferson that something's up. Thomas Jefferson and the Virginia legislature were meeting in Charlottesville, and the British were going to raid Charlottesville, and Jack said, better get a hold of these guys and tell TJ and the crew, and he couldn't take the main road between where he was going and Charlottesville because that's where the British were. They were on the main road. So we had to take the back roads. He got lucky, though. It was a full moon, so he could ride by the light of the full moon on back roads that he knew very well. And yes, Jack Jouett beat the British to Charlottesville and was able to warn Thomas Jefferson and the Virginia legislature that they're on their way. So give Jack a little love, will you? Paul Revere was already a well-known colonial figure back in the Revolutionary War days, and that's why I think he gets all the credit. But give a little love to Jack Jouett, who began his midnight ride on this date in 1781. Before this date in 1889, if you wanted electricity, which was pretty new, you had to live or work pretty close to the plant that actually generated the electricity. The idea of running electricity over long distances, over high voltage power lines, hadn't really been perfected much, but they got a pretty good grip on it on this date in 1889, when the first long-distance electric power transmission line in this country was completed. And it was right in our own backyard, 14 miles between a generator at Willamette Falls to downtown Portland, Oregon. 14 miles, they said, it's way too long. It worked. And then, well, you know what we have now. 86 years ago today, the Battle of Dunkirk came to an end, one of Hitler's great blunders in World War II. They got right on the doorstep, and then they simply stopped for a week. Why, we don't know, but they simply stopped, the Nazis did, and that gave enough time for the British to send as many boats across the channel as possible. If it floats, get in a boat and go to Dunkirk and get whoever is left and get them back here. On the first day of the evacuation of Dunkirk, which by the way is a great movie, they got about 8,000 Allied soldiers off and out of France and into Great Britain. But by the end of the 8th day, before Hitler finally rolled in, they got about 338,000 Allied soldiers and civilians and assorted personnel. They were rescued. The fleet was hastily assembled, to say the least. 800 boats, some tiny, some big. But they got them out of there. The Battle of Dunkirk came to an end. It was also the end of Neville Chamberlain. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And 37 years ago today, you know, to this day, nobody really knows how many people died in the Tiananmen Square massacre in Beijing. But the government of China said enough is enough. These protests have been going on for quite some time, and they didn't seem to be petering out on their own. So the tanks rolled in and the troops rolled in. And after 7 weeks of protesters occupying Tiananmen Square, the government said, we're done with this. Best estimates, about 100,000 civilians were killed. About 100,000 people went to protest and never came back. There were a few soldiers killed as well, but if you remember the events from 1989, you remember that. I was like, okay, I don't think they want this to happen anymore. Birthdays. Chuck Barris hosted The Gong Show, loved The Gong Show back in the 70s. He was also the guy who created the newlywed game and the dating game, and he was a pathological liar. In 1984, there was a big buzz because he published his autobiography, Chuck Barris did. He was born this day, by the way, in 1929, called Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, and in it, Chuck Barris said during the 60s and the 70s, he actually worked for the CIA as a paid assassin, and he claimed he killed 33 people at the behest of the CIA. They even made a movie out of it. And then the CIA said, we have no idea who Chuck Barris is. He's never worked for us. And then Chuck Barris had to admit, my autobiography that I wrote, that everybody talked about, I just made up. But, you know, he did create The Gong Show. And Rafael Nadal, the Spanish tennis player, is 40 years old today, the king of the French Open, the king of clay, 14 French Open titles. Nobody's ever going to beat that record. He also won 4 U.S. Opens, a couple of Wimbledons, and a couple of Australians, so the career Grand Slam. He won 22 Grand Slam titles, second all-time among men, only to Novak Djokovic, and he is 40 years old today. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. If you're going to have a platinum sponsor, might as well have a platinum business. Makes sense to me. Alpine Air certainly suits that bill. There's a new rule in Major League Baseball. Hitters and pitchers can challenge balls and strikes. What does Mike McNulty think about that? He'll tell you in a brand new opinion. And then I had a great conversation with Malachi Salcido, who's not only a really nice guy, but he loves his country and he loves this valley. He'll join me when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the Instant F channel.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
We've all dreamt of moving somewhere new. But what are home prices like? How are the schools? What are the state income taxes? And how's the weather? For all your questions, the Coldwell Banker Move Meter has answers. It's the only tool that lets you compare cities by cost and quality of living, so you can get a better idea of what your dream looks like and start making it come true. The Move Meter, only from Coldwell Banker. Live well with Coldwell.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, Major League Baseball is doing something new this year. They're allowing batters, catchers, and pitchers to challenge a so-called ball or strike. Now, if one of these 3 folks disagree with the umpires calling a ball or strike, they can challenge the call by tapping their head. A big graphic then showing up on the scoreboard shows the location of the pitch in and out of the strike zone will then appear on the scoreboard for everyone to see, and the call is either verified or overturned. Maybe this process allows for more fairness and less bad calls, but it's certainly cut back on episodes of managers flying out of the dugout to kick dirt on umpires' shoes and players throwing fits and getting tossed out of the game, all of which, in my mind, adds up to what used to make baseball our national sport. Well, personally, I'm not sure if I like this new development, but I'll tell you this. I'm sure Ty Cobb is rolling over in his grave. Yep. Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Welcome back to the program. We're, a month, even less than that, to our nation's 250th birthday. Once again, the place to be right here at Walla Walla Point Park. 2-day extravaganza, a lot of activities on Friday, then all day Saturday. And this doesn't happen without sponsors, and specifically, it doesn't happen with Malachi Salcido and the Salcido group of companies who we were talking off camera. You and your companies have been sponsoring this, writing big fat checks to clear the bank. We don't know how long. We think about 10 years.
Yeah, 10 plus years. It's a good sign if I've lost count.
Are you a hard sell on that? I mean, Kelly Kennedy and her organization used to run it. Now Allie Jordan's does as well. I don't envy either one of those people. It's a tough job.
They're both magicians.
Yeah. So Kelly was probably the first one to reach out for you. And was there any negotiation, or you just said how much and who do I run it out to?
Well, the first year we sponsored, it's a marker in time for me because it was just a couple of years before that you remember your brother was involved and just said, look, if people aren't going to step up and sponsor, we're not having a fireworks show because we're not going to underwrite this with the people's money, which I think was a good choice. And that is what motivated me. So when I got the call the first year from Kelly, I said, yes, I'll help sponsor, because the call was, look, if we don't get enough businesses to step up, we're not having the fireworks again. I was like, that's unacceptable. So from then on, we've been enthusiastic supporters.
Malachi's point is well taken. It should be pointed out that the city of Wenatchee, the city of East Wenatchee, and the Chamber and Visit Wenatchee, they all still help out monetarily. But before the events that you were talking about, basically the city of Wenatchee underwrote everything.
Yes.
And that means they were also paying their police officers overtime and all that other stuff. And it made sense. I think it should be a privately funded event.
Shared responsibility, shared celebration. I totally agree.
Oh, I like that. Somebody write that down. And you've been on ever since. I mean, it's like,
yes.
You don't even have to, Allie sends you an email and you say I'm in, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be like 2 months from now, she'll hit me up for next year and I'll be like, you got it.
It's not just, it should be pointed out that Malachi and his companies aren't just one of the major, if not the big sponsor for this, the Wenatchee Valley Fourth. You're also on board for the Festival of Flight, June 20th up at Painboard.
Yes.
Your company is going to be all over that too.
Yes.
You don't have to, but you're doing that one too. Why is that?
Yeah, we sponsor a lot of community activities. We sponsor a lot of community sports. We sponsor a lot of community schools because this is our community. We've been blessed by this community. We've prospered in this community, and we're going to continue to give back to this community.
You have a responsibility to do that.
We do, yeah. To whom much is given, much is required. We've been blessed with a lot. This is our home. Kathy and I grew up here. I went to Wenatchee. She went to Eastmont. We buried that hatchet and still got married. And this is the home of our children. We now have a grandchild here.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
Is that new?
That is new. He's just about to turn 1 year old.
Wow.
So yeah, I entered grandpahood.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so this is our home. Multiple generations of our family live here. This community has poured into us. It's why we are where we are, and we will pour back in. We will continue to do so.
And it's not just Malachi writing the check and then taking off. Your companies are not just donating money to these organizations and these celebrations and parties. You're actually participating.
Absolutely, yes. We're part of the celebration. I love the July 4th celebration. This is our country. We are so blessed to the more places I go in the world, the more I realize how blessed we are. The more places I go in the United States, the more I realize how blessed we are to live here in North Central Washington and to celebrate our country's independence together as a community. It's a joy.
It's great people, and from an aesthetics standpoint, and I get this all the time, you do too, Walla Walla Point Park, where we're at right now, where all the activities are going to be for the 3rd and the 4th, you can't ask for a better place to have these kinds of parties. It got all the room in the world, you got acres of stuff, you got everything in the world for anybody to do for all ages, entertainment, fireworks. I mean, this was like, it's like they built Walla Walla Point Park to do the 4th of July thing here.
I agree, and Allie does a masterful job of turning it into a whole weekend-long celebration. There's food, there's activities, there's tournaments. Like, folks, don't just come down for the fireworks, come down for the whole event. Come down and eat food, have fun, hang out with your kids, get a sunburn, and enjoy the fireworks.
SPF 70 for me, please. The June edition of the Wenatchee Valley Business World has a fascinating profile on you. You mentioned your travels. You travel all over the world, literally. It's a great story about something that you've been involved with basically on the other side of the planet. Talk about that.
Yeah, we aren't just involved locally, but also globally. So God has knitted our hearts together with literally the poorest country on earth, which is a little country called Burundi in the region of East Africa. And our family is very involved there with an organization called Sister Connection that ministers to orphans and widows that have been racked by genocide and multiple civil wars. If you put your finger on East Africa, there's, you know, Ebola and civil war and unrest happening all around these people. But these people are some of the most amazing people in the world. We get to go there, we get to love on them, we get to help build homes for them, we get to help them start businesses. Our company group is very involved in business lending in one of the poorest countries in the world where it's impossible for them to get a loan. We give them fair loans and business mentoring by people who live there and are Burundian, and we're doing our part to help raise up a new generation of people that are hope-filled, that are hardworking and entrepreneurial, and that are turning the poorest place into the world into one of the most blessed places in the world. We're shooting for nothing less than a total transformation in that country, and to be a small part of that, it's a huge joy for us.
Does it get to you when you go to places like this and you realize that 90% of the population, their one goal each day is to eat?
They are in survival mode. They're in food, clothing, and shelter mode. I'll tell you, one of the most surprising things for me about going there is how much I got back from them. These people are centered. They are joy-filled. They are present. They're literally on their way to find food, to maybe eat for the day and day labor, but they will stop. They will give you their focus. They laugh easily. They have as much to teach me about how to live as I have to teach them. So it's definitely a two-way street. And they are, like I said, some of the most amazing people in the world.
It goes back to what we started about when we started this conversation a few minutes ago. You don't have to do it. It's easier to say no than it is to say yes, and yet you have a tendency to say yes.
Absolutely. God gives me a generous spirit. In myself, I'm a very selfish person. Ask my wife. But with God in me, I'm a generous person, and I find out that not only is life better when you're generous, but it helps you keep your head screwed on straight. When you're focused on other people and not just on yourself, life goes better all the way around.
Yeah, it's good to remind yourself that you got it pretty good. And you best, what did Muhammad Ali once said? Giving to others is the rent that you pay for living on the planet.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
That's good.
That's what I like indeed. What's next for Malachi and Salcido? Again, June 20th, the Festival of Flight up at Pangbourne. Your company will be there. That's going to be a blast, by the way. That's a lot of fun. And then down here on the 3rd and the 4th of July for our nation's 250th birthday. And then what? What's next?
Well, we always have a lot going on. We're very busy in development throughout the region, mostly focused on data center space, community involvement. We've got a lot of involvement in high school sports, public schools. We are very involved in the Brave Warrior Project and big sponsors of them. So just Wenatchee Youth Baseball, we are huge into Wenatchee Youth Baseball. I'm passionate about Wenatchee Youth Baseball. A little bit because it's baseball, and a lot because they get the largest quantity of at-risk kids out for a sport in this valley. They get hundreds and hundreds of kids that may not turn out for any other sport, that don't have the best home life, but they'll come out for baseball. So we are big into Wenatchee youth baseball.
And it's a team sport. That's the best part about
Yeah,
it.
it's
You
a
learn
team
how to become
sport,
a teammate.
learn how to share, learn how to lose, learn how to fail, learn how to be kind to others, learn how to work hard, learn diligence, get encouraged and poured into by coaches. Yeah, I'm huge on youth sports.
Does your bookkeeper or accountant call you up every once in a while and says, Malachi, you wrote another check to another nonprofit organization or another group that needs it?
Oh, yeah.
You get yelled at by your people?
There are 3 of them. So there are 3 different ladies that are my minders in our different organizations. So they have to coordinate with each other, and then they, sometimes group yell at me to make sure I'm turning everything in that I need to. But no, they're a huge support. They help me keep organized, and it's a joy to be actively involved in making this one of the best places in the world to live.
People have discovered it, and it's not just the aesthetic beauty of this place, and who's kidding you, it's gorgeous, but it's the people. It's the people.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, the thing that makes this community and this region so special, it's all about the people. It's people and relationships. It's not things, it's not a place, it's not even power, it's people.
A couple of quick updates on the 3rd and the 4th. Go online to the website. All you got to do is Google Wenatchee Valley 4th. It's going to pop up first thing. Allie has already been booking the entertainment for Saturday night, so that's been updated. If you wait a couple of days and go to the page, you'll see more stuff. Food vendors still welcome. You can sign up for cornhole there. You can sign up for the Cars and Coffee rally, which is on Saturday morning here. That'll be a lot of fun. There's going to be the movie Friday night. Outside of the beer and the food, which you're on your own for, there'll be a beer garden and food vendors. Everything is free. Everything is free, courtesy of people like Malachi Salcido and the Salcido group of companies. Did we touch on everything? We got it all?
I think we did. Great job.
That's why I get the big money. That's why I get the big money. Malachi, it's good to see you.
It's great to be here.
And I'll see you on the 3rd and the 4th. I'll be the tall, handsome guy.
Sounds good. Happy birthday, America.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
We have a few minutes. We have PTZ cameras that are bought and paid for. Let's see what the valley looks like here as we're getting ready to wrap up this Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. There are the clouds. They are out there. They will be departing gradually as the day progresses. If we get any thunderstorms, that'll be this morning, and there is a slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm here in our viewing area. Probably not going to happen, at least in the Wenatchee Valley, but there are some locations that could see a thunderstorm or two later on today. There's a big low coming down from the Gulf of Alaska. It actually came in late yesterday and is now here, and then it's going to exit. It's moving. It's going to be in and out very quickly. But in the meantime, we're dealing with stuff like that. That's from the Arundel Rock camera. Back up to Hey Canyon. The hills are still pretty green. A little rain wouldn't hurt anybody. I wouldn't mind if we got a nice light rain shower. That would be kind of nice. Good morning to our friends in Cashmere, home of the Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival, coming up in a couple of weeks. And Malcolm has decided we're going to go up to Greens Knob up in Lake Chelan. Still got about 1.5 feet to go, it looks like, before Lake Chelan is up to its normal height for this time of the year. Of course, they had all that snow melt way ahead of schedule, and that's pretty much what fills up Lake Chelan, is all the rivers and streams that flow into the lake all over the place, and that's melted snow from the upper elevations, and the upper elevations really don't have a lot of snow left to melt, if they have any at all. So still a beautiful view though from Greens Knob. Good morning to our friends at Lake Chelan. Going to take a 1-minute break and come back with some shop talk and your forecast. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Chelan PUD works hard year-round to reduce fire risk and provide dependable service for our customers. But when extreme fire weather is forecasted, we may resort to a public safety power shutoff, turning off power to a specific area in order to prevent fire. In this rare event, we'll keep you informed before, during, and after the shutoff. To stay prepared and check if you're in a PSPS zone, visit chelanpud.org/PSPS.
All right, I have pretty much memorized the live read for Pool to Spa Services. It took me a while. Upgrade relaxation with the Bullfrog Spa. It's an exclusive at Pool to Spa Services, and the Bullfrog Spa has something exclusive. The Jetpack Therapy System is customized comfort for everybody's individual tushy. I made that last part up. Visit Pool to Spa Services on Worthen Street in Wenatchee and check it out. Yeah, the Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival is back for the 22nd year. They had to take a break for COVID. It sucked, but it is back. It is at the Expo Center on the campus of the Chelan County Fairgrounds in Cashmere. If you want to camp, now the event itself is formally 19th, 20th, and 21st. They're going to have a little pre-party on the 18th, but camping, full hookup camping with the whole 9 yards, luxury camping, if you will, that's first come, first serve, and that starts on Monday, the 15th at noon, and then once those fill up, you can still camp, but you're on your own on that. And one more quick programming reminder, we're going to do something we've never done before. Live from the red carpet. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? The world's best awards are going to be handed out tonight at the Wenatchee Convention Center. And unlike in years past, where it was a private event and all the winners came and got their certificates and all that good stuff, they mixed it up a little bit this year. The 3 finalists in each category will be on hand, or most of them anyway. And then they're actually going to announce the winners tonight. And because it's an award ceremony, they apparently found a red carpet. In any event, we're going to televise it tonight at about 5:15. We'll see how that goes. Maybe fantastic, or just like this show, it may be a train wreck. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's take a look at the forecast one more time from the National Weather Service. Clouds this morning, as we have right now, but it'll give way to sunshine gradually. This afternoon, we'll get up to 77, just about normal for this time of the year. But again, a little bit of morning rain and maybe a quick up and down thunderstorm, not out of the question. Tonight, the clouds clear out, but the winds kick up. It's going to be breezy tonight. It's going to be a little breezy on Thursday, but not too bad. And then it's going to be quite windy Thursday night and Friday night. For the Wenatchee High School commencement exercises, be prepared for some wind if you're going to go there at the Apple Bowl. And then it's going to be a little cool and a little windy on Saturday. Provided the show isn't canceled, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.